So, good evening, everyone. So, today we will start with our session on oil and gas refinery overview. So, in this session, I have prepared a slide where there will be overview of the major, the working units in a oil and gas refinery, where you will be having an idea of what are the various units which are actually major units, which are what are the name of those units, and they are working in brief. So actually the so I will go in brief, discussing about the the process of the refinery. So let us start our session with uh, this one. So basically, in oil and gas value chain, there are three major chain: upstream, midstream, and downstream. So basically, in upstream, we do exploration and production. So exploration and production, like we do the exploration of the oil fields actually using some conducting some survey, seismic survey and all, and then we dig the by we dig the wells, and also in the over the offshore platform, also in the sea, we dig into the deep into the sea, and take out whatever the oil or gas from there. So that is actually upstream, from where you are getting the the crude oil, or the crude gas for further processing. Then midstream, so midstream is basically once that uh, that that crude oil or gas, natural gas you have recovered okay, in the upstream, so that needs to be transported to the downstream. Okay, so that is the transportation medium is basically considered in the midstream, which includes, like, for the case of LNG, there will be this LNG tanks, vessels will be there over the ship, and then there will be pipeline, cross country pipelines and all, that will be transporting the crude oil from one place to another place, to refinery for processing. So in downstream we'll be doing the refining work of the crude oil. Okay, and then after processing the crude oil, blending it as per the as per the norms, or as per the requirement of the customer, and then it will be delivered to the customer at their fuel station, or whatever the way, through pipelines, or the way it is required. So this is also a depiction of whatever I have discussed: upstream, midstream, and downstream. So you can see over here, exploration and production and seismic surveys is going on in upstream, and then in the midstream, using the vessels, this natural gas is or crude oil is being transported to the country where we have set up the refinery for processing the fuel for further marketing and distribution. So similarly for gas, gas are also trapped under the geological traps. So you can see, like, we have coal bed methane. Okay, so under the coal mines, you must have heard that there are the methane gas in the coal mines. So under the layers of the coal, there is a trapped methane gas. So we extract that and use that as a fuel. Similarly, we have the shale gas under the shale layer. Okay, we have tight gas under the, if there is a lower permeable, permeable layer under the earth. So all these things. And then we have upstream, we have discussed this upstream. So this is actually a offshore platform, and this is actually where we have actually drilled wells, and we are taking out the oils, the crude oil. Okay, so this is upstream well drilling. Then midstream, we discussed that we are actually transporting uh, the raw material from the crude oil from one place to another for further processing, either by using ship or by using cross country pipelines or inland pipelines. So these are the compressor. Okay, then in downstream we actually do the refining work and process, like for LNG, we have the gasifiers, which actually gasifies the liquid natural gas, and make it and get it stored in tanks, and from there it is filled into the tankers, gas tankers, to transport. Or maybe it may be connected within your country pipeline to transport it to some factories or some other units. So this is a downstream facility, a refinery. Okay, so this is basically a flow chart. So you can see that here in the storage tank farm, the crude oil is being stored. So it contains many impurities because it is extracted from under the earth crust. So some it may be, and if it is extracted from under the sea, so it contain water also with it. So basically the desalination of the desalination facility actually do the desalination of the water in this particular place, and then the crude oil is boiled, pre-treated in the boiler, and then it is sent to the distillation column, where at the bottom the temperature is very high and at the top it is less compared to the bottom, and the various the various whatever the fractions of the various components are available in the crude oil, that is separated from the various layers or various height at the various height of the distillation tower. So there are various method, we do the catalytic cracking also, hydro desulfurization, to actually obtain the final product, which are LPG, gasoline, naphtha, kerosene, light oil, and asphalt, bitumen. So this is basically another, the similar block diagram or process flow diagram, you can say. So it also depicts the same thing, but in a detailed way. Like we have distillation, like atmospheric distillation, and we have the vacuum distillation. Okay, and then we have the various units like catalytic alkylation. Then we have catalytic isomerization, hydrotreating, desulfurization, catalytic reforming. So these are various units which actually helps to extract the various products we need. Okay, this is also a process flow diagram, same thing. So these are actually some description of the fractions available in the crude oils. First one is the petroleum gas, which is having very less boiling point. So this will be extracted at the top of the distillation tower, and then going down, at the down we have bitumen, which has very high boiling point. Okay, so which is used for, and the uses are also mentioned that for bitumen is used for making road surfaces. Lubricating oil are used for lubricating the big machines and our vehicles also. Then so the first step in the refinery is crude oil pre-treatment. So in pre-treatment, actually, the crude oil contain water, inorganic suspended solid, and so basically the first step will be to remove all these impurities before putting it in the distillation columns and all, because it may cause some kind of falling of the equipment due to blocking, plugging, or due to if water is present, it may cause corrosion. So we have to remove all this thing. Okay. So this is basically a process flow diagram for crude oil desalting unit. So you can see that the crude oil is passed through the this particular unit, and it is separated into desalted crude oil. The salt is removed, and the brine water, which is actually the salt water, that is sent to the desalting unit, desalination unit basically. Then crude oil flashing, it is also done to remove the corrosion in the distillation column. Okay, so the crude oil is heated, and means in this one the temperature varies from 320 degree to 430 degree, according to the type of the crude oil and the pressure of the our distillation column or fractionating tower. So in distillation, this is the first step in the refining process, where the various fractions or state run cuts are distilled in the atmospheric tower or atmospheric distillation tower and the vacuum distillation tower. Okay, so the various these fractions have different boiling point, as I have shown you in the previous slide. Like gasoline has less boiling point, so that will be extracted at the top of the column, and the bitumen or asphalt will be extracted at the bottom. So accordingly the content is heated, and it is separated. Okay, So this is atmospheric distillation. So here we allow the feedstock to directly we heat it inside the vertical columns, and the pressure is maintained slightly above the atmospheric pressure, and temperature is kept at 340 to 370 degrees Celsius. So as the light component like the gas and all will rise to the top of the tower from where it will be extracted, and the heavier content will be settled down or will be uh, will be available at the bottom, like which is residuum. So this is a fractionating tower stripper. So further after we have extracted this we have extracted the fractions of the crude oil in the distillation tower. It is moved to the fractionating tower from where it is further by using this kind of technique. Okay, it's like it has a cap, steel cap, so and a tray, so it is heated, and then using the repeated condensation within that temperature range. Okay, so the various components of the crude oil are extracted from the fractionating tower. So vacuum distillation. Okay, so in vacuum distillation, we do the distillation in vacuum. So here it will be at high temperature, and the pressure will be reduced to prevent the thermal cracking. So this will also further whatever the components are there, it will be extracted using the vacuum distillation. Solvent extraction. So the solvent extraction, the purpose is to prevent corrosion, okay, and protect catalyst. Okay, so basically, we'll be removing the unsaturated and aromatic hydrocarbon from lubricant and greasy stock. So the solvent, solvent, this. The feedstock is first dried in this particular unit, and then counter current solvent treatment operation is done. So this solvent is separated from the product stream by heating and evaporation or fractionation, and the residual trace amount are subsequently removed from the raffinate by steam stripping and or by vacuum flashing, or maybe electric precipitation. We may use electrical precipitation to remove the inorganic compound in this particular unit. Then similarly, solvent dewaxing. So here we actually dewax the our whatever the whatever the oil or whatever the the uh, whatever the final products we are getting from the fractionating column, we dewax it in this particular unit. Then thermal cracking. So the thermal cracking is used to actually decompose the higher molecular weight compounds into lower molecular weight, like you can see in this particular case, using the using catalyst and heat. Actually the higher molecular weight compound is converted into, if you see over here, it is a heavy gas oil is converted into kerosene, gasoline, and diesel. Okay, so the formula is also mentioned over here as example. Then catalytic cracking unit. So in catalytic cracking unit, we use catalyst along with heat. Okay, so to disintegrate the higher molecules into simpler molecules. Okay, because that are actually the higher molecules have a very high, the boiling point, or the flash points, and the lower molecule has lower flash point and the boiling point. So in that case, means for the type of the the type of the fuel, the quality of the fuel we need, that can only be achieved using this catalytic cracking. So there are various catalytic cracking processes like FCC, fluid catalytic cracking, which is the most important one, then moving weight catalytic cracking, and thermophore catalytic cracking. So you can see this is the overall PFD for or schematic diagram for fluid catalytic cracking. So it has a unit like regenerator and reactor. So using this particular unit and catalyst, actually they crack the fuel, the heavy fuel, into the lighter fuel for various uses. Then hydrocracking. So it it is a combination of a catalytic cracking and hydrogenation. So hydrogenation is basically addition of hydrogen atom to the the hydrocarbon to make it use to get the more desirable product. So we do in the hydrocracking unit, we do the catalytic cracking and the hydrogenation of the heavier crude, heavier, not crude, heavier, whatever the product we have received from our distillation unit to make further more desirable product. So basically it helps us to remove uh, the various various unwanted elements like sulfur, okay, like the petrol which you are burning in your bike or your car, that releases harmful gases like nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide. So basically if the content of hydrogen sulfide will be less or the sulfur will be less in those particular fuel, so in that case it will be there will be less pollution. So basically we have to remove those to meet the norms. So basically using hydrocracking we convert the sulfur into hydrogen sulfide and nitrogen into ammonia. So ammonia can be used for further other petrochemical processing, and hydrogen sulfide we send to sulfur recovery unit where the sulfur is actually elemental sulfur is recovered. Then similarly, catalytic reforming, it is also important process where we convert a low octane into high octane. So high octane is the one which is more stable, okay, and it burns, without means without any explosion, basically. Then catalytic hydrotreating, the similar way, means using catalyst and means adding hydrogen, basically. So here also this is also done to remove hydrogen sulfide, means the sulfur and nitrogen impurities from the feedstock. Isomerization, so basically isomerization actually helps to develop the isomers of the same item like butane, pentane, and hexane, and those isomers are having very high octane number. Then similarly polymerization. So in polymerization, light olefin gas including ethylene, propylene, and butylene in of higher molecular weight and higher octane number, okay, that can be used as a gasoline blending stock. So in this case what we do, we actually combine the lower molecular weight into higher molecular weight, and that is used as a blending as a blending, means the type of gas or the quality of gas we need, we can blend this polymerized product with uh, some other product and make the desired product, end product. In alkylation combine low molecular weight olefins with isobutene in the presence of catalyst, either sulfuric acid or hydrofluoric acid. So the products are called alkylate, and it is composed of a mixture of high octane branch chain paraffin hydrocarbon. It is also used as a blending stock, okay, for getting different blending uh, outcome. Then sweeting and treating. So basically, sweeting is basically the acid. If there is a acidic, medium available, means there is a acidic medium where due to this presence of this sulfur, hydrogen sulfide, or the presence of carbon dioxide, okay. So basically we actually using various technique, we remove we convert that elemental sulfur into hydrogen sulfide, and we also remove the carbon dioxide and send it to amine treatment unit for treating. So in amine treatment unit, basically we remove the hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide from the sour gas or liquid. Okay, so in this, what happened actually, the sour water gas or liquid is actually passed through absorber, or there is a contact column, and the amine, the lean amine is actually sent from the is put from the bottom or maybe top, and actually this lean amine actually absorbs this hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, and then lean amine become rich amine, and then rich amine goes to sour water stripper, where using steam we actually strip off the rich amine to the lean amine, and it is sent to regenerator, and our hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide is separated from there, and it is sent to sulfur recovery unit for recovery recoverance of sulfur. So this is sulfur recovery unit, which uses actually the Claus process to actually having cyclic, you know, condensation and heating process, and then the elemental sulfur is actually recovered from hydrogen sulfide. And sour water stripper we have discussed. Using stream, we strip off the hydrogen sulfide from the sour water in this sour water stripper. Then effluent treatment plant, so it is also an ancillary facility. So basically, whatever the waste waste water, or the means water is used in all this process, and that may contain the oil component and also some other chemicals. So in effluent treatment plant, basically we remove all these impurities from the water, and make the water suitable for reuse within the refinery. Okay. So this was all about the refinery overview basically, and now we will move to our main section, our Primavera section. So today we will discuss about WBS. Okay, so we have in the introduction to project management, we have already seen what are work breakdown structure. Still again we will repeat it, and we will also see the import export function. And for the project we have taken into consideration that acid gas treatment and transfer project, we will create our project WBS today. So, what are work breakdown structure in Primavera? So it is a hierarchical structure. We have already seen that help us to organize, the project into manageable section. Okay. So it breaks down the project into small components, and then we can, manage, considering it as a package, or a group of activity. Okay. So this is basically a screenshot of a WBS structure in Primavera. Then the level of WBS. So basically, like at the zero level, let's say we have the project phases. Like we have engineering, procurement, construction, commissioning. Then under level one, further under engineering, we can have process, mechanical, piping, civil. Then further under, let us take the example of if procurement only, not sorry, procurement engineering only. So in that case, we have the work packages. Like under process, we have various deliverables like process flow diagram, utility flow diagram, PNIDs. Okay, so this is at level 2. Then at level 3, we have the units, our various units which we have right now. We have seen the various other units. Then like we have the pipe rack foundation, we have the cooling tower, we have the pipe rack structure, and then further at the detail control level, we further divide these based on the stages of the like what are the stages is from start to issued for review. A drawing goes issued for review to issued for design, then issued for design to issued for construction, all those things. So actually it helps us to mm, the detail we want in a schedule, we can actually make it using this particular the level of whatever the level we want using the WBS structure. So this is also a snip of from a project where you can see the WBS structure are in the colored in the activity table, and the activity which is the procurement management, which is in the white color. So we'll see all this. Then the import function in Primavera. So basically, what is import function and export function? So you can import any file, okay, from uh, you have updated a schedule, and now you want to share it with the client, so you have to the native file, so you have to actually, there are two way. Either you have to generate the PDF copy and you can send it to the client, and the another way, if the client want to see the native file, you have to actually do the export. You have to export it in the XCR format, which is the Primavera format basically, and then send it to client, and then in client will actually import it. So these are basically the snips. Like for importing a XCR file, first you have to click on XCR. So you can see there are various options available, like XML, so Primavera XML file, okay, then spreadsheet XLSX, then Microsoft project XML file. You can also import Microsoft project into P6. I will show you. Then what you want to import, resource only, role only, or project. So generally people import project. Then you have to select the drive where you have kept the file, and you have to select the file. Then these are the import options. So let's say sometime what happened, you have updated the project in the you have updated the schedule in the XCR file, and you have sent it to some other person, so that once he can import, so all the update whatever you have done to the activities, it will come in his system, okay. Means with the percentage progresses. So in that case, you have to select this update existing project. If it will automatically you know uh, if you click on this update existing project, then you have to select to import to, means which project you want to import to. If the same project is being handled by 2 3 people, let's say, and if you want to create a new project, so you can click from the, you can select from import action, create a new project. Then default configuration, these are default configuration, you can modify it, okay. So if you go to modify, so you can change the parameter, like you want to update the existing activities, or you don't means do not import this particular assignment code, okay, or update existing or keep existing. You can select all this parameter from here. So by default it is set to whatever it should be. Hmm. Then you can click on finish, and it will be imported, the Primavera file will be imported, and you can view the file under the EPS node. Similarly, if you create a if you like I have told you, that under the import option, if you select update project, to update a existing project, so you have to click on update project from the drop down. And if you want to make import that as a new create a new project, then you have to click on from the drop down, create new project, like here it is. So in that case, when you click on import to, it will ask you where you want to actually, under which EPS node you want to actually put this particular XCR or XCR file. So you have to select that and import, and that file will be imported to Primavera. Okay. Then this is import for Excel file. So this is the utility is here. So export import of Primavera P6 file is fine, but like you have a very big project, like you have around, let's say, more than 5,000 or 10,000 activities, okay. Or even if, let's say, if your WBS is very big, like if you have, like the line items, if I talk about, you have around 500 or 600 line items in the WBS itself. So in that case, if you have the extract ready, rather than adding it one by one in P6, you can actually using this import Excel function, you can actually import the WBS also, okay. Not this one, this one is for Excel import is only for activities. You can import the activities, its duration, its relationship. You can import the resource, you can assign the resource. All these things can be done using this Excel import function. And for importing the WBS, there is another method, okay, so which I will show you. Hmm. So basically, you can import to the existing project and add activities and all, relationships and all. But you have to be very clear, because if you make any mistake in whatever there are, you have to put the right WBS number or the right linkages. If there is any mistake, it will give error. So basically, for a small project, this is not done, but for large project, rather than clicking on every time, clicking on that add activity, and then click double click on the activity and rename it. Basically we use this import function. So now you can see that what are the data you can import. So basically first you have to export there is a template available, so you have to actually export that template, and then you have to fill the details in that template only. Then only you will be able to import it uh, without any trouble. Okay, so now if you see what are the options available, so you can the options are, you can import the activities, you can import the activity relationship, expenses. Okay, you can import the resources, you can import the resource assignment, that is the linkages. Mm, so this is also a snip of notepad. If you open a Primavera file in a notepad, Excel file in a notepad, it will appear like this one. And how we can import, WBS. As I told you that for a small project, okay, it is fine. You can click on adding and create it. But for a large project, you can use such a structure and get it done, within a fraction of minutes. Then export function similarly to import. So we can export the Primavera XCR file for sharing it with the client or some other person within the company. If we are using the standalone version, because what happen if you are using the cloud version, so within the company the a person different person will have logins and they can log in and work on the same file. But for companies which are using the standalone version, like one office is doing a particular job and another office is doing another section for the same project, so in that case, the once the first office has updated the project, he can share that file with the second office, and then the second guy can import that XCR file, so that the first office have updated whatever the activity, that progress will come in the in the schedule which is there in the system of the second office, and then the second office for planning planning person can actually update the progress, so the overall the progress will be updated in that particular way. So here when you export, it gives you various flexibility, like Primavera Contractor is a different software, so for that XCR, for that then you can you can extract the Primavera P6 file into XML. So where the XML file is used, the XML files are used for like this Microsoft Office support XML. So if you do the proper mapping, so in that case you can import this Primavera schedule into MSP using this XML mapping. Similarly, spreadsheet, I have told you that you can export the templates in the spreadsheet, and then you can fill the details over there and then import it. Then Microsoft Project. So Microsoft Project is also you can see that we have XML. Okay, XML format. We can export it in the XML format. We cannot export it in MPP format, which is the normal format for Microsoft project files. And basically, this Primavera XML file, so it is used in various software, like if you have heard of software like Synchro 4D. So Synchro 4D use Primavera XML file, so you can import that file into Synchro 4D, where you also have the your Navis work model of the plant, and you can integrate the component of the model with the schedule, and then it's a kind of a building information modeling kind of a software, where you can actually see the simulation, that day by days it will show as an animation that this thing will be erected, like this pipe will be erected, all those things. Okay, then we have this format XML. This I don't have much idea. This last three format I also don't have much idea, never used it. Okay. Then once the export is done, it will show you export was successful. Similarly, when you are exporting Excel, so it will give you to export the the data for activities, all these things, the relationship and all, and then you can put the details over there, and you can import the file, Excel file. It will be uh, it will be imported in the Primavera project. So you can create template, means whatever the line item you want, like the column, whichever the columns you want to import or export. So you can modify the template and you do. So now this completes our presentation part. Now we'll move to the Primavera, where I will show you how to create WBS. So last day we have seen. Hmm, so how P6 file used export to Power BI. So in Power BI, you can take the Excel, the Excel extract from P6 and using the various visuals you can do. And also there is a, the if there is a API application platform interface. So basically using API also, if your Power BI supports P6 API integration, so in that case you can have a direct linkage from your P6 to Power BI. Okay. So now let us start with creating the WBS for our project. Okay. So this is the WBS basically. So these are the WBS. So the this is our project name, acid gas treatment and transfer project, amine treatment unit to sulfur recovery unit. And if you see the the items in the blue color, so these are at level 1. Okay. Then at level 2 we have materials, here we have contractor. And then at level 3 of the WBS we have our this disciplines under the material and equipment. And under this WBS the activity will come, which we will see tomorrow. Okay. So first I will show you the basic normal one, how we can actually how normally we can add the WBS. So I will go to this particular one. So if see, if I hover over here, it is telling WBS, this particular icon. So just click over here. So now your WBS window has opened, and then just you have to click over here to add. So I will click on add. Okay. So now you can see that the AGTL.1, that WBS code, it has already taken by its own, and WBS name, it is coming new WBS. So at the same level, just one thing remember, at the same level, two WBS cannot have the same name. Same label means let me add another label. So now it is at another level. Okay. So now both are having the same name, new WBS. It is possible. That is 1.1. This is at 1. Okay. So this is at level 2. So if I using this particular, arrows and all, you can indent or outdent, like move left or move right, move top, move down. So if I move left, you see it has changed the name to WBS-1. So if I again using the backspace, I want to rename it. Okay. See, it is giving me a pop-up. The value entered for WBS name must be unique because it is at the same level. But if I take it inside this one, like it is now 1.1, 1.2, now I click backspace. Now it is taking. So at different level, the WBS can have the same name, but at the same level one WBS cannot, means the same WBS name cannot be repeated. So that is it should be unique. So here you see the item in the this blue color are at the same level, level 1. So they are all unique in this particular case. So let us start putting the WBS over here. Then we have the project initiation. We have at the top project milestone, then project initiation. So I'm taking it outdenting it. Then again I'm outdenting this one. Then project management. Okay. So basically when you keep your cursor at a particular WBS, it will always generate a sub WBS. Okay. So it will not generate at the PL level, it will create at sub PL level. Okay. But if you click over here, okay, at the main project, okay, and then click on add. So in that case you see it is now generating under the project level, but now it is at the PL level 2, means at the level 1. Okay. So let me put this engineering, and similarly again if I click here, click on add procurement. Okay. So now under procurement, we need materials and equipment and contract. So now click over here, make it materials, equipment. And if I again click over here, so now it is created under this particular one. Okay. But let's say now we are setting up, at level 2. So I have to outdent it. Okay. And then I have to put contractor over here. Okay. So now uh, all these things are coming under the procurement. So if you can click on this particular icon and plus or minus, and you can expand and collapse. Okay. So for the moment, let's say I'm collapsing this one, and now I want construction at the same level as procurement. Okay. So if I again click over here, it will create under procurement only. So I have to outdent it outside. Then again I will collapse this one. So now you can see that this is at the same level. So we have construction, then commissioning also at the same level. So you can click on the project and click on commissioning and copy it over here. Similarly, again, the last one, close out. So now level 1 and level 2, we have created the WBS. Now to create the WBS level 3 under the material and equipment. So now we will click over here. Now see, if I am adding new item, it is not having the same name. It is giving -1, -2 because it cannot be unique. And now I will be changing it to mechanical, piping, civil, electrical, and instrumentation. So now we have created our WBS level in P6. Okay. You can collapse this one. So this is coming under material, and this material and contractor is further coming under procurement. So you can see the structure like here. If you see, if I collapse all, so it is having AGTL 0.1. Then we have created at level 2, so it is having 5.1, 5.2 material and contractor. Then again we have created under 5.1, so we have 5.1.1. So you can see the level, so it is at level 3. Three items are there. Okay, separated by a dot delimited. Okay, so now if I go to our we are in the WBS view. So if I want to go to the activity view, we have to click over here, this particular one icon. So now you see this is our uh, this is our activity table. Okay, so now you can see it is coming like milestone. This one, this project initiation. Now again the project initiation is coming over here, so it is not coming in the right way. So what you have to do, you have to just click, just refresh it. You have to click, you have to just refresh. So you have to just go over here or place F5. So if I click refresh data, see, now that thing has gone. Okay, so now you can see the color. So these in the green color are at the same level, then the yellow color are at the same level, and the blue color are at the same level. Okay, so this is actually we have created the WBS. Okay, and you can expand and collapse over here using this particular function. Okay, so now the activity, we will add activity into this particular uh, WBS, which we'll be doing tomorrow. So now we have created our acid gas transfer WBS. So now I want to close it. So you can use the shortcut Control W, or you can go to here. You can go over here, and here you have close all. Just click over here. So it will close the project. So now this project is closed. Okay. So now let's say I want to show you the import function for WBS first. Okay, so let's say I'm creating a new project. So I will click over here, and it is asking me which level. So these all things we have seen yesterday, that we can put some I can name it WBS import, and the project name is also WBS import. Okay. Just finish. So now you can see this project has been created and it is opened. I will go to the activity. So now you can see that at the WBS level, we don't have any WBS present over here. Okay, so now we want to import it. So I have another Excel sheet available with me. So we are done with this particular sheet. I will close it. Now, if you see this particular one, so you see this is also a WBS structure. Okay, the same way I have created for the our AGTL project. So we have in the blue color we have milestone, project management, engineering, which are at the same level: procurement, construction, closeout. And under engineering we have the various disciplines. Under procurement we have the various items. Okay, and under construction we have the various discipline wise works. Okay, so basically we have two level of WBS here. So how we can import this one? So basically if you see this particular structure, we have the WBS name. Okay, then we have the WBS short name. Just see the first heading, WBS ID, and the parent WBS ID. Okay, so in the first column, okay, the project ID will be there. So like here we have WBS import as the as the first line item in the WBS. That will be the project ID and the project name. Then serially we have, you can see that these are numbered in serially consecutively. Okay, from 1 to 24. Okay, that is fine. Okay, then if I create a filter over here, let's say if I create a filter over here, and if I filter by color, this color, so you can see these are at the same level. Okay, so now you know your first the project name, so these all will come under project name. So what is the WBS ID? Parent WBS, the parent WBS is the project name which has WBS ID 1. So parent WBS ID I have kept 1 over here. Okay, and if you know that the again this this WBS short name, like here it will be 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, like that. So it also has to be unique. So we have given some unique numbers over here. Okay, then again if I remove this particular filter. Okay, so if you see this particular one, engineering, so what is the WBS ID for engineering? 4. It is 4. So now I have put the parent WBS number as 4 over here, and you can see I have put serially starting from 1 to 6 over here. Okay, then we have under procurement which has ID 11. 11, then the whatever the items are there, we are giving the parent number as 11, and then under this WPS short name we are giving it serially 1 to 6. Similarly here also we are giving 1 to 5 serially, and the construction has the ID 18, so we are giving the parent ID as 18. So how we can import? So for importing, first we have to export this one, this project. So I will go to file, I will go to export. Okay, you can select the version from here. I am selecting the latest one. Click on next, project. Okay, project name already selected. Then you have to click over here, and then you have to go to the location where you want to actually put this file. So let's say we have this desktop. Okay, we have this training file where we have actually kept our, we are keeping our file. So we'll go to day 4. Let's say we want to save it here. Okay, then click on save, click on finish. It will be actually exported to that particular folder. Okay, so now if I go to folder, okay, you can see the folder. So this WBS IM import is coming here. Okay, so if I right click over here now, okay, and I open this one with notepad. Okay, so if I open this one with notepad, something like this particular the data will come. Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to go over in my this particular folder. I have to create a Excel sheet basically. Let's say it is WBS import sheet. Okay, and let me open this one. So that blank file has opened now. And now if I go to our notepad, we have opened the project in notepad. You have to just copy. You see here it is project WBS. So starting from this line percentage T to percentage E, you have to copy this one and paste it in your this Excel sheet. Okay. So it is now pasted. So now what you have to do basically, you have to insert the rows. Okay, the number of rows, the number of WBS you want to create, you have to just insert the rows in Excel, and you have to actually paste the data from this particular sheet, that Excel sheet which we have created, like the WBS ID. So we have the WBS ID over here. So let me paste starting from here to here. Okay. So sorry. So I have to actually create more space. Then just I am pasting the data over here. Okay. Then we have, this WBS sort name. So where is WBS sort name? You see this particular column. Okay. And we have WBS name. Okay. So under WBS name, we will paste this particular data which we have created, and under project ID, sorry, under this WBS, sorry, I pasted in the wrong place. I have to paste this one here, WBS short name, and WBS name under the WBS name column. Okay. Then we have the parent ID. Okay, so we have to copy this one, parent ID, a parent WBS, which is this one. So I'll copy it over here. Okay. So now if you see this one, this particular one, we have WBS ID. Okay, for the top one, as this 2326233. So basically we have to replace this, wherever we have this one, we have to replace it with that one, because I want under the project that WBS ID. So I have replaced all those things, and then you have to just fill down this data. This data will be the same. Okay, then this one also we have to drag down. Here also whatever the things are there, we have to drag this one down. So now our file is ready. So now you just paste it over here, delete this one. So now your data is ready. So now what you have to do, you have to copy full. Okay, starting from here, you have to copy this data and paste and replace with this one. So I will replace with this one. Okay. Now click on save. Now this particular file is saved. I will close this one, and then I will go to P6 again. I will go to import, import Primavera XR file, project. I will select the file, update existing. So it is giving me, the option I was telling you, create new, update existing. So it is identified that the project, the same ID is available in my EPS node. Then I will click on next. So it is selected. Click on next, next, finish. So now you see that your import was successful. So now you can see that WBS ID, okay, is now created. Okay, so the WBS ID is now created over here. And if I go to the activity layout, so you can see whatever the activity I have, I have listed over here in this particular Excel sheet. So if I make it large, so you can see in the same structure, like under engineering we have this particular WBS, under procurement we have this particular WBS, under construction, and at the bottom we have close out. So in the same fashion it has created. So this is very helpful in case of when you have like 1000 WBS or 500 WBS, and you have the data available in the Excel, rather than adding it one by one like I have done for the AGTL project, you can do it in this particular fashion. Okay, so this completes our the WBS import. So tomorrow I will I will start with I will show you how we can import Excel file, and how using Excel file how we can import the activities. Okay, so that I will continue tomorrow. So now if anyone has any doubt with respect to today's lecture, uh, please let me know over the chat, or you can unmute and let me know over the call also. Okay, so how to merge 2P6 schedule? Yeah, so 2P6 schedule can be merged. I will show you. Okay, means you can just copy, open the two schedule, and basically you have to create one dummy schedule, and then you have to open the rest two schedule, and then copy at the WBS level, and you can merge the data of the two schedule. Okay. Why we are leaving some columns with no value? Because no values are required in those particular column. If I go to that particular sheet where I have imported it, okay, so in my first line whatever the data was there, you must have seen that I have actually dragged down the same, like it was R% here. So this is some kind of I have in notepad, it's a coding basically. Okay, they have done uh, so basically, whatever the datas are here, we have to basically fill it down the same, and wherever it is empty, we have to keep it empty. Okay. So, do anyone has any doubt with respect to today's session? Please let me know. So tomorrow we'll be looking at how we can import, the activities. Like I have listed down some activities. So now because of time constraint, I cannot show you this thing today. But let's say under engineering, we have process mechanical and piping discipline. So let's say we want to import these as the activity, and we have also created the activity code over here. Okay, so how we can do it, I will show you tomorrow. Can you share the file for practice? Yeah, the file has been shared already. I think the course coordinator might have shared with you. So Taniska, have you shared the file I have shared with you tomorrow with the trainer, or maybe by
Yes, sir.
tomorrow morning? Okay, so or maybe by tomorrow morning you will get in the portal. Okay. Yeah, it's too fast to understand within 1 hour. This Primavera is a complex software compared to Microsoft project, and I have to cover two schedule. The first one is the proposal schedule, which is a very high level. Okay, so that will be that I'm creating a small schedule because I want to explain all the functions like import export function and whatever the things are there in that particular one, and then we will go to a detailed schedule where you have the idea of the linkages between the interdisciplinary linkages in engineering, procurement, and construction. So that's why I know it's a 21 days session, but one hour is very less, to be very frank. Yeah, so that's why I have to go fast. So basically, the recording will be available with you. So what you can do in that case, you can repeat the recordings to and pause and play, and you can you know uh, you will get everything. And also the slides I am sharing with you, so there, from there also you will get all the you will get all those details. Okay, so if anyone don't have any doubt for today's session, I would like to close the session for today now. So uh,
Okay, sir.
yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, dear learners. If you don't have any doubts, you can leave the meeting.
yeah, thank you, good night.